In this Google Sheets data validation tutorial, we are going to cover numbers. Having looked at our previous two tutorials, which were, let me go down to the tab here, list from a range, where you can see drop-down menus and list of items and more drop-down menus. This is the first one in our category that doesn't actually have a drop-down menu. So what does it do? Our first example is this: enter a number between 10 and 100. So if I put in 1, for example, I should get an error. There was a problem, enter a number between 10 and 100. Good. I also want to make sure that it doesn't have any letters in it, so I could say happy, and it should give me an error, which it did. Let's have a look behind the scenes. I will click on the cell, and I'm going to right click and scroll down to data validation, and here I've chosen in my criteria number, and use the between choice here. And now I have 10 and 100 is my between values. All right, I've set on invalid data to be reject input, and I have clicked on shown validation help text. I'll click save here. And one important thing to know about using the numbers validation is it will also accept decimal points. So I can say 10.025 and it will accept that value because it's still between 10 and 100. So that's quite handy to know. Let's keep that there. Okay, our next option is to enter a number not between 5 and 10. So if I click in 1 this time, it should be okay. If I type in 1000, it'll also be okay. But if I type in 5, I'll get an error. If I type in 6, I'll also get an error. Okay, so it's important to note that when we use between, it is the number we choose to start from all the way through to the number we choose we end with, and including those two numbers. So let's have a look behind the scenes. We'll right click, go down, data validation. We've chosen number here, not between, and 5 and 10. And remember, when we selected 5, it came up with an error because it's including it. And if I chose 10, it would do the same. Cool, let's move on. Next, we've got enter a number less than 10. That's pretty easy. So if we type in 3, we should have a correct number. What if we type in 10 here? We get an error. So what that means, it is any number that is below 10 and not including 10. So if I went to the extremes here and typed in 9.5, then that will be an acceptable number. Okay, let's right click, have a quick look behind the scenes, data validation, number, less than, and we've got 10 here. And then we put in our custom error warning. All right, we'll save that. So if we wanted to include 10, we simply choose another option. So we'll go ahead this time and look behind the scenes and scroll down and look at data validation, and we've got number, and this time we chose less than or equal to 10. So if I type in 10 now, I'll go back and hit 10, it'll accept it. If I type in 11, of course it'll come up with an error because it's beyond the number 10. Okay, the same is also true for enter a number greater than. This won't include 5, but anything above 5. So if I type in 5 here, it'll come up with error. If I type in 5.1, it'll be fine because it's greater than 5. If I type in 1, lots of zeros, it'll be fine as well. So a quick look behind the scenes will reveal that it is a number greater than 5. Easy as. Okay, enter a number greater than or equal to 5, just like less than or equal to 10. Now 5 will be included in our list, and that works perfectly well. Again, if we right click, data validation, number greater than or equal to, so that will include 5 there. If I chose 4, it will give me an error. Let's just choose 4 very quickly. Bang, you've got an error. Cool. So this time we've got enter the number 4. Now I've put a little note here. It says good if you have a calculation that must equal the number. This is probably the only time I can really think that you want an exact number in place for your data validation. But if you're doing a bunch of calculations, so for example, equals 2 plus 1 plus 1, that will result in 4. And for example, 2 plus 1 plus 1 might be another cell. So if I have this one and I go 1 and 2, and this time I type in sum as our function, sum, and then I'll click and drag all those, and now we've got 4. No worries. And you can see I just deleted them. That gave us a 0. Okay, let's go back to just typing in 4 there. So we've got good data validation. If we click behind the scenes, we've got data validation here, number equal to 4, and we're rejecting the input and showing the validation as equal to 4. Save. Cool. Enter a number not equal to 4. To me, this is a little bit more useful and might mean that you don't want a specific number. It might be a stock item or something like that in your list. So if I type in 4 here, it'll give me an error. But if I type in any other number, 1, 2, it's fine. Okay, so this time around, we've got a choice here. Enter a number between 5, 7, 10, and 11. Now, this is a problem with the number data validation. Unfortunately, data validation rules can't be stacked, meaning that you can't have a rule like only numbers between 5 and 7 and 10 and 15. Your best bet here is to go back to using the list from a range. Let's unhide our little example here. And here I've got a list 5, 6, 7, and then 10 and 11. These are only the numbers I want. So if I type in 5 here, it should be okay. If I type in 4 here, I've got a problem. Okay, so what's happening behind the scenes? Let's right click, scroll down to data validation, and here you can see I've got lists from a range, and I've got from F2 to F6. If I bring this over, you can see this is F2 through to F6 down the bottom here. Now I've hidden the drop down value, so it looks like a normal number data validation. The little drop down values, those little arrows on the right hand side that we learned in the previous tutorials. And we've still got our reject input and shown our validation help. Now the validation help text is not automatic here. This was a custom one I put in to make it clear to the users what they had to put in. Okay, we'll hit save. And again, like I said, this will be referenced inside this cell. That's it for now for numbers for data validation. With more stacked numbers, we can use some custom formulas that I hope to show you in the following tutorials. I'll catch you in the next one.